This is, I think, the worst one. Moon Pisces has the greatest sensitivity and perceptiveness of surroundings. Did it make me a believer? No. Did it make me a believer? Yes. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. So, in one of our podcast episodes, we talk about astrology and zodiac signs, and I think I made it very clear I don't believe in any of it. I also think people use it as an excuse. Oh, well, it's because she's a Leo. No, that's because he's a Virgo. No, you hit someone with your car. You can't say it's because you're a Virgo. I don't believe in any of this, as you know. I know some people do, and some people in my life really enjoy it. And I was talking to them, and apparently they were asking me questions because they wanted to know my birth chart. Because my birthday is March 15th, so I apparently am a Pisces. Everyone I talk to always says, you don't act like a Pisces, and everything I always hear about characteristics, I don't sound like a Pisces. So some people I were talking to, they were like, well, I wonder where your birth chart is, because apparently you have like rising moon, sun, something. I don't know. Again, I know none of this stuff. None of it makes sense to me. It all sounds like crap. So I thought I would look up my birth chart, I would read the characteristics and give you a first impression of what I thought and if they match, and then maybe call some friends and see if they think it sounds like it. I was born March 15th in 91, and I asked my mother, who had to look it up in my scrapbook. I was born at 6:05 p.m. Why that is important? I don't know. Apparently it is. You also have to put the location you were born. Again, I don't know why that was important. I'm not doing this because I don't want to dox myself. I've already given away too much information. The sun symbolizes a personal identity. It shows us areas where the person should learn to be independent, where he should fulfill his potential, differentiate himself from others, and shine. The position of the sun may tell us which profession would best suit the character of a person. And my sun is Pisces, which this says people born under the sign of Pisces are just like people born under the sign of Aquarius, influenced by 2 planets. There are 9 planets, 8 planets. Again, not a good start. Jupiter gives them sense for justice, social conscious, and willingness to help others, while Neptune both helps them and complicates their life. Neptune gives them imagination, creativity, and emotionality. All right, I would say I have 2 of those 3 things, but it also gives them hypersensitivity. I do not have that. In fact, I am told often that I am not sensitive or emotional at all. And dreaminess that leads to passivity, indecision, and excessive sensitivity. Again, I have barely any sensitivity. Indecision, sure, at times. Passivity, sure, at times. The sun in the 7th house creates people who are well known to the public. Okay, I have a social media following. The life of these people is under the influence of their family or business partners. My life is dictated by one business partner who shall remain nameless, Matteo. These connections give them energy and orientation because they have a lack of initiative, and their actions are based on the reactions of others. I definitely don't think I have a lack of initiative. These individuals can deal with people, and they have a talent for dealing with the public. Okay, that's true. They may find employment in jobs such as sales and advertising, real estate. Okay, maybe this isn't all crap. The power and influence of these people depends on their relationships with others. These people will have to help others, and this will help them to climb up the career ladder. Okay. They have strongly developed sense of balance, and they have the ability to be the leaders. Okay, I gotta say, this isn't as much or as far-fetched as I thought it would be. Again, it's not exact, but I do have to work with others a lot in real estate. My life is dictated by business partners and people's reactions and stuff like that. I am very good with dealing with others and the public and all of that, so that makes sense. The hypersensitivity and emotional and all of that is absolutely not true. And that's always the stuff about Pisces that I'm told is so big in Pisces world, is you're like super sensitive and emotional and all this stuff. And I am often told that I have and am none of those things and should be more. So that aspect, not so much. Okay, the second thing I was told to read is my ascendant, which ascendant symbolizes basic personality traits such as physical appearance, temperament, behavior, relationship to life, and the first impression the person gives. And my ascendant is Virgo. Isn't Beyonce a Virgo? Isn't that Virgo's groove? People with Virgo ascendant develop the best through spiritual analysis, wrong, discernment, and self-criticism. I'm pretty good at criticizing myself and others. Application of knowledge must be appropriate and consider the benefits that it brings. It must be beneficial to the public. Okay. The focus is interest in body and health. I think we all can tell from my diet and lack of exercise that that is not true. It is necessary to carefully select negative experiences in the person's mind and get rid of them, if only. Beware of obsession with neatness, precision, and perfection because the person loses his natural spontaneity. I guess that's partly true. I'm not super spontaneous, but I also don't think that I have an obsession with like neatness and perfection. You know what I mean? These people tend to be mentally active. They often think about their behavior and they try to find explanation for it. Sure. These people never do what they want. If I want to do something, I will do it. And if I don't, I don't. They let other people tell them what to do and it upsets them. I am sometimes told what to do and I don't like it, but that's only because I don't have a choice. But usually if I have a choice, I'm doing what I want to do. They function as a connector or mediator. Okay. They act through spoken or written words. Interesting. Am I a slam poet now? These people are impulsive. Nope. They express themselves energetically and authoritatively. Okay. I get that. They are hot-tempered and somewhat irrational. I do not think that I am irrational at all. They are enterprising. Interesting. These people have a tendency to play important social roles. For these people, contracts, politics, and foreign events are significant. While I do think that those things are important, I would not say that they dictate me or my life. There may be problems in their marriage. Well, I am single. So I guess the problem is I don't got anybody. They arouse resentment, passion, or adoration. Okay. And then the third thing I was supposed to read is my moon sign. The moon is the place in the horoscope where the moon is, tells us what gives the person a sense of security and where to find it. It describes how sensitive we are and how we instinctively interact with our surroundings. The moon also tells us about our childhood and our experiences with our mother. My moon is also in Pisces, so I guess I'm a double Pisces and a Virgo. Whatever that means. A moon in Pisces has the greatest sensitivity and perceptiveness of surroundings. Again, I would not say I'm a sensitive person. I would say I'm very aware of my surroundings, so I guess that's half true. The person can experience feelings of insecurity, be passive, and only wait and see what happens in his life. I guess that's sometimes true. If you engage in creative or spiritual search, you can become an artist or a mystic with great imagination. I used to sing, and now I do comedy, but I think mystic sounds fun, like Mystic Pizza, the movie starring Julia Roberts. The moon in the 6th house indicates reliable people who provide services to other people. That's me. They take care of things that need changes and improvements. I can do that. They have constructive ideas and show personal efforts to achieve results. I always try. I'm curious what my friends will think about that. They are restless and they go through many changes in life. I've had many different lives, one could say. They tend to create emotional tension. I don't even know what that means. Look, for the most part, I think this is half true. I think a lot of this does say me, but I also think that they say a lot of this same shit for all the signs. You know what I mean? Like, All right, I'm calling my arch nemesis.
The fuck do you want?
Matteo? All right, I'm filming a video, and I looked up my birth chart because you know how I feel about astrology. And
you believe in it?
Yeah. So apparently I am, oh, for Christ's sake, a Pisces sun, a Pisces moon, and a Virgo rising.
You're more of a Pisces daughter.
I am a Pisces daughter. I'm a Pisces rainbow. None of this makes sense. Okay, hear this, and you have to tell me if you think it's accurate. Okay, so I'm a Pisces sun. Now, the sun symbolizes my personal identity.
Burning, rageful, burns things, evil, can't get close to it, emotionally closed off, thinks they're the center of the universe.
Okay, now wait. People born under the sign of the Pisces, Okay, that's nothing.
People want to send all Earth's trash to you because you'll burn it up.
Jupiter gives them sense for justice, social conscious, and willingness to help others.
Yeah, first of all, help others. Who are you helping?
You.
And you think Jupiter has to go through all this to help you?
While Neptune helps and complicates my life,
Nick,
Neptune gives me imagination, creativity, okay, and emotionality. All right, we lost it. It also gives me hypersensitivity. That is one of my characteristics. You often say I'm hypersensitive. And dreaminess that leads to indecision and excessive sensitivity. This is you.
No, you're not. I'm me. I'm Neptune. I'm hypersensitive. I draw my powers. You know what, Nick? You're not the only one who draws your powers from the moon. You may be a waterbender, but my bending is stronger.
You're a blood bender.
You're a blood.
Okay, now this, though, the sun in the 7th house creates people who are well known to the public.
What does that mean, the 7th house? The sun in the 7th house?
It's 7th heaven, okay? The life of these people is under the influence. Oh, this is actually, okay, the life of these people is under the influence of their family or business partner. Yeah, I'm under the ruling hand of you, for sure.
And your mom. Me and Diane have you whipped.
These connections give them energy and orientation because they lack initiative or actions based on reactions of others.
What is this all supposed to be based off of? The day you were born?
The day I was born, the time I was born, and the location I was born. Why any of that matters?
The universe doesn't care.
That's what I said. And also,
it's spinning.
And also, the Earth wasn't even in the same place in that. Like, none of this. Or do the planets move?
What do you mean, do they move? They rotate around the sun.
Right, but do they, like, physically
move? The whole solar
move?
system is moving.
No. I know it moves in, like, a circle, but what I mean is, like, is it also moving, like...
Yes, it's like, imagine every planet moving in circles around the sun, but then it's also, like, the solar system itself is, like, moving.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Right.
These individuals can deal with people...
I'm sorry, does the asteroid belt have anything to do with any of this, or is that completely...
I don't know. I hope I was hit by an asteroid. This is true, and these individuals can deal with people, and they have a talent for dealing with the public. Now, that's true.
Nick, you don't know how to
I should find employment in sales. I do real estate.
Your boss says you're too mean.
That is also true. Okay, wait. So that's my sun, my moon, or no, my My rising is Virgo. The focus is interest in body and health. Well, we know that's not fucking true.
It said Nick is interested in body and health. Nick, you can't even stretch.
I can't even eat properly. Beware of obsession with neatness, precision, and perfection because I lose my natural spontaneity. Also not true.
Not true at all. This is
you. I'm reading about you. Did I put your information in? These people are impulsive. They express themselves energetically and authoritatively. That's kind of true.
Is this almost done, Nick? This
yes.
has all been incorrect. And none of this
Okay, the last one is my moon. And my moon is also a Pisces, so I'm a double Pisces. This is, I think, the worst one. Moon Pisces has the greatest sensitivity and perceptiveness of surroundings. The moon in the 6th house indicates reliable people who provide services to other people.
What services do you provide people, Nick?
Laughter.
Yeah, okay. Confusion. You incite anger, Nick.
They have constructive ideas.
You do not have constructive ideas. You think of ways to hurt people.
And they tend to create emotional tension. So
that's true.
Okay, so based on all of this, would you say that my birth chart is accurate? Or have I made you a believer?
I would say this should be proof that it's all horse shit.
Yeah. We should find out yours on a podcast episode.
Time. All right, I gotta go, Nick.
All right, I gotta go too.
Right,
Goodbye. All right, look, moral of the story. I don't even know if this video was interesting to any of you, but any of you that are into zodiac, astrology, signs, maybe it was interesting. I still don't believe in it, even though some of it was true. I just think that they kind of say a little bit of everything so that at least something's true. I think that's how they get you. So, did it make me a believer? No. Did it make me a believer? Yes. Thank you for watching and listening to another episode. Oh my God, I just started ending this like it was a podcast. Ooh, I need a vacation. Thank you for watching, and until next time.